won't plug into it. It won't physically fit.
Yeah.
But being a video card, it's almost certainly a network card. It's almost certainly a single lane, so you should be fine.
Okay. I'll have a look at that when I get time. I might have time tomorrow. Have a look.
PCI Express X1 single lane.
So that's just an option if it could be a problem.
Yeah, but since you've got one of those cards handy, give it a go. There's no downside except that you then don't have that Ethernet port on your other machine if you need it.
Well, it's got a USB dongle for the Wi-Fi signal that goes to this to the.
Oh, okay. In that case, you're not using it.
No.
Yeah,
and even when I give it to, even when I give it to the missus, it'll just have the USB dongle. Anyway, yep. So that Ethernet thing's not going to worry about. Nothing to worry about. I don't even know why it's there, but I didn't even end up using it. But it's
pretty much every desktop computer is sold with some sort of Ethernet. If it doesn't have it on the motherboard, they'll generally sell it with a PCI Express expansion card. Like
mine's plugged into the further up onto the motherboard.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one of those three sockets you put it in, as long as it fits.
Yeah. I'll give that.
Generally, I try and keep them as far away from everything else as possible. So if you've got a video card plugged into that top blue 16 channel, then stick it in the bottom one. That's
one
just
below it, yeah.
Because the one as far below as possible, because keeping the card separated helps with heat and with transmission noise.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
listen to me talking like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had me fooled.
Well, a person that knows what they're doing can usually explain it in a way where another person can understand it that don't know about it. That's where these
reality is.
That's where a lot of these flat earthers fall over. They try to explain stuff back to us or say things back to us. I've got no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, because they haven't.
Yeah, that's the problem, is they don't understand it.
They're trying to wing it, and it's quite obvious that they're trying to wing it.
Well, the other part of the problem, I think, is that they get confused by complex things because they can't understand it well enough to make it gel in their head as anything other than complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So they're always looking for the simplest possible thing, and when you try to explain it's not that simple. Oh, why do you have to complicate things?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not complicating. Complicating means to make more complex than it needs to be. It's already complex. Doesn't need to be complicated.
I've been meaning to, every time I talk to Flurfers, I keep forgetting to ask them for them to what they said. Can you say that without using those actual words that you just said?
Well, so here's another part of the problem. Because they don't understand simple concepts, what we consider to be simple concepts, they don't understand them. So they use the words, but they don't know what they're saying. So they've got these bullshit definitions. When a Flurf says perspective, what are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Terry, of course, means he's going to ask them, not asked.
Yeah, I caught that too. It's one of my pet hates. So trust me, I heard that one.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Paul. If you do your quiz and you misread a word, I'll be pulling you up.
Well, Terry, I'll remind you that you asked us to tell you when you said it. So I'm just obliging you, Terry.
That is true.
So reality is, when I'm not here, and in fact, when I am here, I'm not the best man in the room to understand the computer side of things. Farmers could probably do a better job than me.
So I should have been talking to farmers the whole time.
No,
you could have been talking to farmers the whole time.
Oh, no. What about Timbo? No. Timbo's here too.
Yeah,
Timbo. Timbo knows the stuff.
Oh, we got two Timbos, so that's twice as much knowledge.
Twice the opportunity to get it wrong.
Is it the same knowledge in stereo?
Yes.
Ah,
I'm just feeding the same audio out each channel, so it's so yes.
Well, we'll give it a few minutes, and if we don't get any people turned back up again, well, because we can't run too late. I don't even think 2 people have found us. Carl and Brian.
Yes.
hang on, let me
I
click
think-
on that stream as well.
I had a few on my stream. Hang on, how
Yeah.
many have I got on mine? I only got 2 now. I did have more before, but only got 2 now. So.
Oh, hang on, let me just drop from that one. Bye. There you go. I'm back in that one. Oh dear.
No,
oh,
if we
dear.
don't get
Had
if
a
we don't
few
get
of
enough
those.
numbers back, well,
Yeah.
There's some
No, well,
people.
I'd-
There's
I'd
some
have to-
people that might
I'd
have
have
to
to
get
drop
up for
soon
work in
anyway.
the morning.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to drop soon. So
It's straight at the moment.
Yeah,
Well, today,
I've got-
I mean,
I've got that meeting in half an hour. God.
Yeah, there's not much more we can do.
I had a meeting
then.
today. I thought it was going to be a really big one, and I said, "Oh, I'm planning for it and all this sort of stuff." And it's like 15 minutes. The other guy said, "Oh, just
No,
straight at
this
it."
problem is this one could take a while, but I'll desperately be trying to get drawings done because I
Right.
know they're gonna want me to present a few, but it's embarrassing because there really isn't a lot on them. I mean, a heating drawing. I've
Right.
shown what rooms are going to be underfloor heating by putting a board around the room and cross hatching it and going, there you go, that's an underfloor heating zone. I can't even tell you what. Because at the moment, it's all I can bloody do. I mean, somebody's supposedly doing all the loading calculations, so the heat loss calculations. And I can see if I go onto the server and look in the relevant file, let's go to calculations, thermal simulation. Go on. Fuck's sake. He's got a breakdown, but the files are of a type that I can't even open. You obviously need the software that he used. Let's
I
go.
love it when people do that.
Admin
Oh,
in
no,
Clubhouse, it says Bennett's Farm.t3d and .tbd. What the fucking hell are those?
TBD.
I don't know. Well, it's whatever program he's used to do the thermal simulation. But
I'd
he
say
needs
so.
he needs to export that into a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, anything that I can bloody read, so I can see. Oh right, you need that many kilowatts in that room. You need that many kilowatts in that room. I need to work out with the architect where I can put the underfloor heating manifolds. We haven't done any of that yet. It's so what I can actually
What
show
was-
on the drawings is embarrassing. But
That's why I do 3D, because it looks like you've done more work.
Critical
bollocks that.
Think's given me a suggestion, but I can't roll back something that I haven't got because I've got a new SSD and a new Windows, so it won't roll back.
I think he's talking about rolling back the network driver, which is different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, TBD file, and what was the other one?
oh shit, hang on a minute. Let me go back. I just went to a different folder. T3D.
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 That one can be a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
To be
he's done-
determined
he's-
is probably what it means. He doesn't know what it is, so he's
yeah.
put TBD.
No, he's
To be
done the
determined.
calculations, and they're obviously the files that software produces, and you need that software to look at it. So I might just have to slip in an email and say, if you've done the calculations, can you produce it in a format that I can see, please? No. I mean, they might not be too worried at the moment, but I've got no idea of. I mean, I've had to do a quick rule of thumb over the buildings to see how big the air source heat pumps are going to be. Christ knows. They want all this done by Friday. There's a tender package. Yeah, righto.
All right, so the T3D file is most likely Trace 3D,
Yeah.
Right.
Trace 3D, or Trace 3D Plus. Just looking at it, it's what is it? Building design and analysis software.
Yeah, it will be.
So that's latest HVAC systems and controls can be modeled quickly, blah, 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 blah. So that's more than likely what it is.
Autopipe might be the other one. What was he doing? Thermal expansion on pipework, was it?
No. He's supposed to be thermally modelling the building, so we know what the heat losses are and that sort of thing.
So it won't be a thermal pipe then. That's an extension for that.
That's something I'll have to try and sort out later on. Yeah, my plant room drawings at the moment. Here are some blocks. Here are some circles. These are the buffer vessels. These are the calorifiers. These are where the pumps are going to go. Yeah, it is a bit embarrassing.
You've got FlowCAD, but I don't think it's going to be that uses TDD.
No. Well, like I say, whatever software he's used, I don't have, so I can't read it anyway. And to be honest, I don't want the software either.
I've had architects give me files, and I say, I need that as a DWG. So they take their microstation DGN file and just rename it to .dwg and say, there you go. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I do have people that think that you just rename the file and it changes the file format.
Oh yes.
So Trace 3D doesn't have a publicly accessible price list, so you don't want to know how much it costs.
No.
Is it cheaper than Revit?
I don't know.
Because Revit's Revit over here, I believe, is about $9,000.
Yeah. Well, depending what you do. If you go subscription, you'd go cheaper, but yeah.
Oh yeah. But if you want the standalone package, it's about £9,000. The last time I looked, it was about £9,000. Or a hooky crack copy was £40.
Yeah. Autodesk track you down on those though, so you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, I'm using somebody else's license from the office because she's on maternity leave.
So it's a license, but it's not a.
Exactly. Yes, it's a license. Yeah. That's why I've got, what am I using? AutoCAD 2023, and I've also got Revit 2023. Not that I really use it. I just use it, open up something in Revit and go, export it in AutoCAD, please. Thank you.
Revit's a horrible program.
No, that's why I don't want to learn it. I ain't got time.
Yeah, it's got really weird structures. Setting up drawings is a real pain in the neck. And
yep,
I've
go.
I've never used any of Autodesk's software because every time I've tried, I've just hated it so much that I've given up.
I've been using AutoCAD for release 11. What's that? About 25 years, something like that.
Oh yeah,
I've been using it since 1984. So work that out.
Longer than me. But well done.
You've got to I'm a drafty, so I'm doing it for well, I call myself a drafty, but I was not really a drafty a long time ago. But yeah, if you use it all the time, it's fine. It does what
you get used to it. But unless you know how to use it, it's just about.
Well, it's more that you got to have a purpose to use it. It's like all design software. I can show you how to use it, but if you don't actually have a reason to use it, it's like.
I think my first exposure to it would have been around 91, 92 when my boss decided that we needed to rebuild our electrical engineering diagram library on a computer. And so he went, here's a copy of AutoCAD. And I went, you got to be fucking kidding me.
I wouldn't use it for that.
No, me either. And in the end, I didn't use it for that because I told them that I'm not doing this.
Mind you,
I'm an apprentice electrician. I'm not doing this.
I've seen people.
Are you reading what I'm reading?
Visio to do that.
No, we can't see what you're doing.
I'm sharing it.
Yeah, but you weren't bloody the front of the thing.
Am I?
You hadn't pinned it.
It's visible now. Yeah, you haven't pinned it. You're not pinned. Pin you.
You're never pinned. You're not pinned anymore. You don't seem to do that.
Hey?
There's no pinning?
No pinning.
Well, you have to do it yourself.
Oh god.
Wait a minute. I've got that.
Oh, there we go.
Don't I pin it like that?
Oh, share it again.
Where'd it go?
You've turned it off. Away. Just generally away. Turn your video back on.
There.
There we go. All right. God damn Atheros.
I was just looking at my network adapter.
Yeah, Qualcomm Atheros AR 8151. It's a really bog standard.
Yeah.
Cheap, nasty onboard, but it's
Yeah.
by Qualcomm, and it sounds like it should mean quality, and it doesn't. just means cheap.
Okay. I thought I'd just have a look at that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So what Carl's talking about is if you go to turn it back on, come back, bring it back.
Go back.
Where?
Go back. Show
What?
it again. Show it again.
Ah,
Show it again. Right. So if you actually,
Right click on it.
when's the
again, right
last
click
time
on
I
it.
did this? Right click on
Yeah,
it and
I
go to
think-
properties.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you right click on go to properties, so you go to the drivers then.
no, you can't see
Right
that.
click on it.
Yeah, you can't see
Right
it.
click.
I
on
cannot
it.
see that.
You can't see it.
Oh,
Right.
can't you?
It won't let you see it.
Ah,
What one? Let's see.
No, it won't let you see it.
because he's sharing one window.
Oh, it's not sharing the screen. Yeah. Change to share the screen instead of the window.
How do you share screen?
But you're in the right
Same
place.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll.
It'll share the screen. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking for share
Yeah,
screen.
In Zoom, go share
But
screen.
but that's what crashes the computer.
So it's
Oh, when you. So what are
you're
you?
doing this from
what-
OBS.
Yeah, I'm just putting this through OBS.
In the OBS, you've got a similar thing for share screen.
Yeah, I haven't got it set up though.
We might have to quickly add one. And
So if you go to window capture
Yeah, I'm looking to see if
Yeah.
I've got it.
and
I did
that
have
only
a
gives you a window.
scene. There's none here that I've got set up for the whole screen. Only just showing
I
the
think that's because it
the
doesn't
window.
do it.
I can only go device manager. Yeah, it's only just showing the actual device manager, not what I open up.
Instead of window capture, there's a display capture option for scenes.
Oh, okay, so I might have to add that.
Add that and then choose
Window,
choose which
window.
monitor you want to show.
Display
what if you
capture.
go to? We do it in Discord instead, because
Yeah,
you're
we might have
pushing
to
in
go
Discord.
over to Discord because I can share it over there.
Yeah.
No. I can share stuff over
I
there.
Yes, you
I
can.
dumped in fair suck, by the way, what I was looking at for work today. This is what I usually look on my screen.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to get that rotten the bottom of the bridge to working. It's got an off ramp on the, and it's a bit higher than the road that it's replacing. I've got to work out how to get that to work. Bit of a problem.
So you should be able
You
to
said
see
you were a
over.
drafty, but you're a civil engineer, aren't you?
Civil designer.
Oh.
Civil engineers don't do anything except for write reports. Civil designers do all the calculations.
You should be
We
able
have
to. You should be able to see over in Discord.
We have a client that's yeah, there it is. We have a client who's a civil engineering company, fairly large one
Yeah.
in our area. And
Can you say their name? Because I'll probably know who they are. You may not be allowed to.
I can't, because I'm about to tell you something that nobody should really know who this applies to. When I first joined the company, the first time I had to set up a machine for them, and they'd been a customer for years at the time that I started. Setting up a computer for them, and they're like, "Oh, we need AutoCAD on this machine." Okay, cool. Where's your licenses? Oh no, no, we don't do licenses. There's a crack on. No. I'm just gonna. Excuse me. I'm just gonna. I can't do this. I'm going to my boss and telling him they just asked me to install a cracked version of AutoCAD. I'm not doing it. He's like, why not? The fact that you asked me why not concerns me, because
Yes, exactly.
this isn't like a cracked version of Windows we're talking about where nobody gives a shit. This is AutoCAD, and they will end you if they find it.
Yeah.
They will litigate you into oblivion.
And that they're particularly the bigger you are, the more likely they are to do it to you too.
Yeah.
They don't care about the the individual at home is just doing their house plans. But if you're making money out of them, they'll make money out of you.
Which part of the country are you in?
I'm in ACT.
Okay. You definitely don't work for them then. They've got sites.
No.
They've got like 4 sites around the country. So
yeah, I wouldn't work for a company that had cracked versions of AutoCAD.
Well, it was about a month later that we had to relicense all of their software, reinstall all of their AutoCAD and everything, because my boss went to their boss and went, look, one of my guys has a really good point and we can't do this for you anymore. You're going to have to get your licenses sorted. They had like 30 machines running AutoCAD.
I don't know if you remember many. You may not be old enough. Do you remember when TNT in Australia was running Word from one copy of Word, and they copied it to all their offices?
I've only been in the country for like 10 years or 13 years.
We're talking 30 years ago. They had one license copy that they'd bought, and then they'd copied it to every
well, they've got a license key. Why wouldn't they?
It was like
I'm sharing it over in Discord, waiting.
You were. It's closed. The stream has closed.
Okay, I'll go live again.
Yeah, there we go. This device is working properly. Fucking bullshit. Sorry. Click on the driver tab up the top there, Terry, where it says driver.
That just means it can find the device.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
It means that the driver agrees that the hardware is compatible. So you've never installed a driver for this. This is the same driver that was installed with Windows.
It's got a date here.
Yeah, so there is no rollback driver option. That's just when the driver was created.
Oh, okay.
So it's a generic Microsoft provided driver that works for the Qualcomm Athros range. So it's a generic one. You could potentially find a driver for the specific hardware that's on your motherboard, but reality is that it's probably not going to help.
Mm-hmm.
And finding specific drivers for the Qualcomms is generally a pain in the ass unless you've got if you've got a very specific motherboard version that's still got download support. You can occasionally get drivers from Gigabyte or whatever, but most of the time you can't, because they just go, oh, we don't need to give you a driver because it's included in Windows. You could try update driver, just don't do it when you're using your network.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because if it fails, 1 in like 150,000 chance, but if it does fail, that's it, no more internet.
So how would I update it without the internet? I'd have to unplug it or something?
No, you would. At that point, it will give you the rollback option. If it downloads a bad driver and the driver fails, then you lose your internet connectivity. This is one of those major problems with doing this kind of update remotely, especially. I hate doing driver updates remotely because I always disconnect, and if it doesn't come back up in 5 minutes, what am I going to do? So,
right. Okay.
I try not to do that. If I have to do driver updates, I usually will take the machine back to the office to make sure that I've got the maximum chance of getting it back up and running. But yeah, pretty good chance that you haven't. So it hasn't been like a driver was updated and that's fucked the system. That's not what's happening. It's just there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And from the sound of things, it's more than likely the hardware.
Yeah.
It's an old machine.
Yeah.
I'm familiar. My machine is like probably about the same age. Never work on an electrician's wiring, a mechanic's car, or an IT man's computer.
Okay.
Unless it's our solutions architect, he always has cutting edge shit because he can afford it. And also, he's a crypto miner, so.
Oh, there you go. Good place to get a graphics card from now, then, Terry.
Yeah. He was talking about getting. Do you remember the? I don't even know if they still make them. The Tesla desk side supercomputer, they called it. NVIDIA created a box that with a specific, special card that you plugged it into.
Yeah, well, basically, it was
just
almost
packed
like
full of GPUs.
Slot, yeah. It
was a box that sat next to your computer, so it was your desk side supercomputer, and it was just hundreds of GPUs jammed into a box.
Well,
Scary shit! How much it can process.
Yeah, I've got a Tesla, a couple of Tesla cards, the older ones, not the new ones, not in my current setting, but I do have them. I took them out and put another one in because they were old. It was really hard to get drivers for them.
Yeah.
But having a Tesla in there and then getting it to do some processing isn't a bad way to go if you really want to. If you got that sort of need for that sort of processing, but
well, if you're doing simulations and stuff, if you've got computer support in your software, then it's a no-brainer. It's the sort of stuff you really want to do.
So the only one, I mean, the weird thing is things like AutoCAD don't actually use. They're very poor in that threading. Really bad on the threading. But I do have a few that there's a program called Ames I use for traffic modeling, and that one can really use the grunt on the computer. It's good.
Yep.
But when you're in terms of processing, that's when you're doing traffic modeling. That's I do micro simulation modeling, which is basically you're modeling every individual car.
Yep.
And so if you're doing that, and say the biggest one I have done the whole of Canberra in a micro sim.
And, man, that's a lot of CPU time.
That's.
Do you just want to finish this conversation off over in Discord because I'm winding it up here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Damn it.
Well, thanks for the 4 peanuts. I don't know which 4 they'd be because I know I'm one of them.
We probably lost a lot of people because we turned into a tech support session.
Well, this is the 3rd or 4th stream, so they just dwindled off. So next time we run, I'll run that other thing. So we'll try that. So whatever peanuts are out there that are listening, we'll see you next one.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.